Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey here. I hope you're well. We are well. Today, thank you for allowing me to be part of your Saturday as I adjust my microphone. You might be hearing some background voices today because happily, our sons and their families are here. So that is great. Just for a quick get together. We haven't seen them in a long time and everyone's got masks on and being very careful. But we are enjoying that. So let me know if you can't hear me, if it's too much noise, and I'll close the door. But I'm so happy to hear their voices. Okay, today's topic from the snippet topics. See, I started like I talked to my patrons. Today's topic is not from the snippet topic suggestion spreadsheet, which is something I do on Patreon. Today's topic is why keto? But then why not? For those of you who don't know, I am Casey Durango and I've lost 97.4 pounds since starting the ketogenic protocol. And I like to talk to other people about how they might be able to lose weight, improve their health, and regain control of their lives like I did. And the ketogenic protocol is just one whereby you lower your carbohydrate intake to a level where excuse me, I'm actually getting distracted. I'm trying to hear what my son is saying. Where your liver stops putting out glucose for fuel, sugar, and our bodies will flip over to turning ketones or fat for fuel. And it works beautifully. That's all there is to it. It's nothing outrageous. You just lay off the carbs. Carbohydrate is essentially just about anything we eat these days. It is like, you know what a carbohydrate is. It's anything that's not a meat and a fat. Poultry and fat, and this. So what is the fat? The skin that comes with the poultry, all this stuff. It is not difficult to figure out the food. The food is simple. As long as we don't try to make fake versions of the food that got us in trouble in the first place. Personally, not a fan of any keto-baked food, no matter what the ingredients are. Anywho, but why do keto? Why? Well, there are a multitude of reasons, and you might have heard them. Okay, I am going to ask a question. Oh, y'all are talking to each other. Great. Is it too much noise in the background? Just let me know. Oh, hi, Casey. Watching from Louisville, Kentucky. Good to see you. Too much noise? Not enough noise. Too much noise? Do I need to shut the door? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. So why do it? Well, for me, why did I start the ketogenic protocol? I wasn't trying to lose weight anymore. I'd given up. There's the granddaughter. I'd given up on losing weight. I'd been morbidly obese for 30 years, from my mid-20s to my mid-50s. I started this nearly 7 years ago at age 55. I didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes, and I knew that's what was going to be next in my life, along with pending high blood pressure and all the other metabolic issues that come along with that. So my why keto, was because I didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I Googled how to not take insulin for type 2 diabetes. At that time, the word keto was not coming up 7 years ago. It was just, no starch, no sugar. I came across Dr. Eric Westman's white coat video, Dr. Eric Westman of Duke University, who I now have to say is a friend, as is Jackie Eberstein, who was Dr. Atkins' nurse back in the day. I mean, life is funny. But anyway, it was just lay off the carbs and your blood sugar will come down. By the way, if you are on medication to regulate blood sugar, you must do this under a doctor's supervision. Because actually, if you cut off the carb supply and the glucose supply, your blood sugar may drop too much. That's how effective it is. So, and hypoglycemia is just as bad. This is if you're on medications that are supposed to be lowering your blood sugar, and then you cut out the carbs, so your blood sugar goes way low because you're still taking the medication. All right. So why? I didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. Some people want to lose 25 pounds. Some people want to get back in a pair of jeans that they feel good about. Some people want to look good at their high school reunion. And that's all good. Mary Beth Smith, I'm back. Watching officially from Delaware, moved here from New Jersey 5 weeks ago. Been MAI since March 2020, and it shows. Glad to be back. Let me tell you what, Mary Beth is one of the most beautiful women you will ever meet. I had the pleasure of meeting her at the Go Keto with Casey Roadshow in a couple of years ago. And she just looks like the young Elizabeth Taylor. She's just gorgeous. Hello from Central Florida, writes Linda Nelson, a member of the club. Can someone tell me if the background noise is too loud? Because there's a lot of it. It's a happy noise. So why do it? Why? But here's another way. Why not? If you're someone who's been considering doing it, and let me tell you what, there's a lot of conflicting and confusing information out there. Listen to the source that makes you background too loud. Thank you. Thank you, Roxanne. Perdón. Hold, please. Maybe that'll be better. Thank you for letting me know, Roxanne. What was I saying? Oh, a lot of conflicting, confusing information out there. Choose your sources of information wisely. When you find one that makes sense to you, a voice, whether it's a medical professional, whether it is, and frankly, lifestyle people who have their stuff and they're just, selling a lot of affiliate products, maybe you don't want to listen to that. But listen to good sources. My sources, Dr. Eric Westman, Dr. Stephen Finney, Dr. Jeff Volek, pretty much. I mean, it's just, you don't need 15 expert voices telling you kind of the same thing over and over again before it begins to sink in. Oh, right, just lay off the carbs. And there can be so much conflicting information. And some of the information is keto is a fad diet. It's not sustainable. How many of us have heard that? It's not sustainable. Hey, Kimmy from Germany. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, Kimmy. I hope you're doing well. How many have heard that it's not sustainable? How many have been told it's not sustainable? And then how many of you actually worry, fear that it's not sustainable? My question is, why would it not be sustainable? Well, you're cutting out an entire food group. Okay. There are cultures that don't eat pork. Is that sustainable? Yeah, they just don't eat pork. I just lay off the carbs. I don't, I'm not anti-vegetable. I eat vegetables occasionally. I very often have half an avocado once every several days. It's a fruit, not a vegetable. But it is sustainable. I am not a magician. I've been doing this in January. It will be 7 years. And I've been in ketosis the entire time. By the way, ketoacidosis, I just saw this on a stupid documentary. Don't watch the documentaries. Documentaries, they're not actually true documentaries. They are opinion pieces with an agenda. No matter what the agenda is, one that you agree with, one with which you do not agree. But because they can appear slick and high production values, doesn't mean the information is accurate. The person said, the ketogenic diet is very inflammatory. This is from a brand new documentary. No, it's opposite. And then he goes on to say, we've all heard of ketoacidosis, without him explaining that ketoacidosis is a problem if you're a type 1 diabetic. If you're a type 2 diabetic or not diabetic at all, ketoacidosis is not a problem. You can be in ketosis and be fine. Ketoacidosis would be a ketone level reading of 15 or 20. I will be heavily into ketosis. My numbers just run at 5.4. I'm multiples away from being in danger of ketoacidosis. So be careful. Why not keto? Well, your saturated fat will go sky high, and so will your cholesterol, and you will die in the street from a heart attack. False. Saturated fat in the diet does not translate into saturated fat in your blood. It's not the way it works. It's actually a very nutritious fat. Zoe Harcum makes a point of saying something. Is it that coconut oil is higher in saturated fat than red meat? I can't remember. Don't quote me on that because I might be misquoting the fact. Don't worry about the saturated fat. And high cholesterol, that overall number, useless. What you really want are low triglycerides and high HDL, which are two of the at least 5 components of cholesterol. So that's what you want to worry about. The overall cholesterol number is a mathematical equation. No one's going through and counting cholesterol because there's high density lipoprotein, HDL, triglyceride, low density lipoprotein, the big fluffy kind, the small sticky kind, which is those are the ones the statins address, but they're kind of irrelevant for most people. Anyway, why not keto? I would like to hear if someone's here who either delayed the protocol or you're doing it, but you're really kind of like, I feel like I'm breaking the law somehow. This can't be right. Or if you're keto curious, is there any reason you have not done this? What is your why not? What is your, why not do keto? And Judy is here from Hopkinton, Iowa. I was asked the other day, where do I get keto at? They thought it was a pill. Oh my gosh, Judy. I had a hard time explaining to the person that it was just food. They still don't believe me. My own brother has asked me more than once if I own a keto franchise. Now, Judy from Hopkinton, Iowa is going to be featured in a magazine because she's lost 130 pounds. And they sent out a photographer for a photo shoot. 130 pounds, y'all. She's 68 years old, and she's a farmer. She used to haul around an extra 130 pounds on that farm, birthing calves and baling hay and jumping on the tractor and feeding the chickens and slopping the hogs, mending the fences. Joni Sanchez, good morning, sunshine. Good morning to you. Anele Nurwana. That is funny. LOL, keto franchise. Yeah, I said, dude, it's not. No, it's. Well, I saw a commercial for it. That's like asking someone if they own a kosher diet franchise. It's just the way you eat. It's the structure. By the way, I know people say it's not a diet, it's a way of eating. Diets are actually a noun as well as a verb. I am not dieting. I'm following the ketogenic diet, the ketogenic protocol. I started calling it a protocol so people would quit shouting at me that it's not a diet. But just like a kosher diet is a kosher diet, and a low sodium diet is a low sodium diet, and a vegetarian diet is a vegetarian diet. Okay, now my husband, my lovely mate, is goofing with the granddaughter. Is that better? The background noise, is that better? Judy writes, I'm so excited. Thanks to Casey and to Dr. Westman. Ani Ake writes, hi, Casey. I'm new to your channel and I've been binge watching you for days. Thank you. I think you are so awesome. Thank you for being you. No, so real. Thank you. I don't know anybody else to be. Hey, that reminds me. Okay, you do not have to buy one thing to be 100% successful on the ketogenic protocol. There is no potion or supplement or bar or injection or exogenous anything that will do this any better than just laying off the carbs. Just lay off the carbs. It's not what you put in your mouth. It's what you don't put in your mouth. It is not cramming down fat. This is not a high fat diet. You don't have to get in 200 grams of fat a day. This is ridiculous. Every gram of fat has 9 calories. That'd be 1,800 calories just in fat. I haven't eaten 1,800 calories in an entire day in I don't know how long. But anyway, there's nothing you need to buy to be 100% successful. And I'm now going to introduce you 2 things that you can buy. One is, they're going fast. And when they're gone, they're gone. 2021 Go Keto with Casey calendar. 2021, doesn't it feel good to say that? And this is a picture of me with my dog, Jack. And there's our chicken. That's one of the chickens. And there's our pond and some eggs. And there's my cuckoo clock, which is currently in the clock repair shop. And then here are all the pages back there. But the other thing is, and a link to that is below. This just happened this week. It's a little book. Now, this one has a gray stripe across it because it's a proof. But it's Go Keto with Casey's 12-month record book. It's just a fun, silly project. This is not a novel. It just says journal, log, your diary of change. And there are a bunch of pages in it. There are quotes and there are trackers, and there's even coloring pages at the end and logs and all sorts of things. It was just fun for me to do. Never done a thing. But what made me think of this was a quote that I have in here. And one of the quotes is from me. Where is it? Okay, here's a quote. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. And this is attributed to Oscar Wilde. There's some question and not whether it is. There's a little blurb from me at the beginning. I just had a fun, and my big audacious goal. You should write in your goal for the year and all this stuff. Anyway, just a fun little thing. Click on the thing below. It's an Amazon link. But you don't need a calendar or an app or a book. You certainly don't need 50 cookbooks. If you need to learn how to roast a chicken or grill a steak, yes, find out the methods of cooking. The meals we have around here, my kids are here. I'm making a big meatloaf. I've doubled the recipe, but the one that I cook for my lovely mate and I are a pound of ground beef, a half a pound of Jimmy Dean sausage, a cup of crushed breadcrumbs, a cup of diced onion, 1 egg, and a half a cup of heavy cream. Mush, 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 pat it into the pan. And then the topping is, I use Rayo's low, marinara sauce because it's very low carb, a bit of mustard and a bit of Splenda, smush it on the top and bake it. That's not really a recipe. That's just some whole ingredients put into a meatloaf. What there's not is fake snickerdoodles at the end, or fake Oreos, or keto-fied macarons. Even if I could get them and they'd be 0 carb, I don't want to eat the foods that I might compulsively eat, that they might trigger me wanting more of that food. That's just me. So why not keto? No breadcrumbs, Debbie, doctor. Pork rinds, crushed pork rinds. Did I say breadcrumbs? My bad. Crushed pork rinds. My bad. You bought the book yesterday. Thank you, Dawn. I hope it comes out okay. I hope you're not disappointed. It really was just a funny way for me to do some creativity. My husband was gone for 3 weeks. But I thought I would do this. Jimmy Dean sausage. Where can I order the book? Hey, Kimmy. And you can get it in Europe. Someone actually from the UK has already ordered it. There's a link below the video, or there will be when this live stream ends. It's on Amazon. I think if you just Google Go Keto with Casey, it'll come up on Germany. On Amazon. Oh, I love Oscar Wilde. I know. What a wit. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, Suzanne. Tia Richmond. Hi, happy holidays. Just joined. Twyla, I bought the book on Amazon. It will be fun and inspirational. And there's adult coloring pages. I don't know. We'll see. Give me feedback on it. I may never do anything like this again. And maybe I'll do an actual book of essays. Addiction to sugar makes it harder for me. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Diana, we're all addicted to sugar. But I'm going to tell you what. Because it's the way we're wired. And it doesn't matter whether it's sugar, table sugar that you put in your mouth by the spoonful, or you're eating a bran muffin. It comes out as sugar as far as our liver is concerned. But if you feel you're addicted, what do you do? What would you think someone who is addicted to heroin or alcohol or gambling needs to do. They need to stop that behavior. So addicted or not, you got to stop. And if you feel like you're addicted, join a 12-step program or study a 12-step program. And tell yourself, I may have carbs tomorrow, but I'm not having them today. Or I might have them in half an hour, but I'm not having them now. This book at the beginning. Where did I write it? Did I not write it? I thought I did. Oh. Fill this journal with words, images, doodles, whatever. Blah, blah. By the time you've gotten the last pages, you wait a minute. No. Anyway, somewhere I wrote. I can't remember where it is. Maybe in the description on Amazon. Our life is made up of decisions we make moment by moment. And change is incremental. How you can control is right now. And even that, sometimes we can't control. But if you feel you're addicted, treat yourself like an addict. And lay off the substance. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Linda writes, I'm finding this the easiest way to eat. I have been doing 1 meal a day for 6 months. No sugar in the house for 4. I am 80 years young and wish I started years ago. I do have portion control problems. I do too. So I have started really, I might eat, we started out eating, platters and then dinner plates and then luncheon plates. And then they became salad plates. I literally sometimes will serve myself something on a saucer. And I'll just do it and I'll say, that's it. Or a little bouillon bowl, a little tiny, for those of you who know most of our dinnerware is Fiestaware. Little Fiestaware bouillon bowl. So if something's wonderful and delicious, I can enjoy it and I've portion controlled it. And I have to make that decision. Suzanne writes, what is OMAD? It's 1 meal a day. And WOE is way of eating. Because acronyms are new to me. Yeah, and frankly, I could deal without the acronyms. Twyla writes, Hi, Debbie, Long and Acorn. I'm in Boise. It's nice to see a neighbor here. Hola, Casey, felices fiesta. Okay, una cosa. Okay. Watching your videos. Saludos de Tijuana, México. Yo quiero decir una cosa. Si el primo de mi esposo escuchando, Yesid, un médico de Colombia, muchas gracias para que tú le dije a mi esposo cuando él era en Colombia saliendo que dice a Casey continuar con los videos, que ella está haciendo una buena cosa. And if I just mangled that, I'm sorry. I'm sending a message to my husband's cousin. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth. She just ordered the book. Love and greetings, Suzanne writes. Suzanne, okay. Joni, and my thing has gotten stuck. My hubby Oscar is joining me now watching on the big screen. Oh, my dear. I'm not ready for my close-up. If you Sunset Boulevard, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Norma Desmond. Lady Banana writes, just ordered the journal. Thank you, guys. And please, I do want the feedback. Message me, on my Facebook group or whatever, because if you say, no, this didn't work for me, or I'd like more pages of this or less pages or fewer pages of that, or Judy writes, it's how we talk to ourselves, like Casey has told us over and over and over works for me. The words we use for ourselves is, okay, t-shirt, I'm stronger than a cookie. And do you know why I made this t-shirt? Because people have told me I'm helpless in the face of cookies. And of course, this is, even Christmas cookie time. I'm powerless in the face of cookies. Really? Are you? You've been through some things in your life, have you not? There are men and women in this group of all ages. If you've gotten to the age of majority, you have seen some things in your life. You have suffered something. You've had your heart broken. You have witnessed the death of loved ones. You have had financial worries. You've been cheated on. You've been lied to. It's a Paul Simon song that has that. Things that's ever said in no Bible. Okay. So anyway, we've seen some things. You're stronger than a cookie. I used to say I cannot go the rest of my life without eating tortilla chips. I said it out loud. Of course, really? Tortilla chips? Can eat tortilla chips? I mean, I couldn't go without tortilla chips? Of course I can. And I have. Oh, Kimmy just ordered the book. Thank you. Oh, Annie, okay, writes, I use my grandchildren's plates with small compartments. Keeps my portions, right? Isn't that a cute idea? Little compartment plates. Great idea. Do you ship to Australia? I'm not doing any of the shipment. Amazon is fulfilling this, so you should be able to get it at amazon.au. Brett Mügge writes, you look great today. Thank you. Greetings from Germany. Okay, Bit. Kimmy is in Germany as well. She's chatting in here as well. Thank you. I feel very good. Okay, I'm going to talk about sometimes when you start to lose weight and you feel better and you hold yourself a little bit better, maybe you get a little smaller outfit, smaller shirt that you feel self-conscious in. And then someone says, wow, you've lost weight. You look great. And then maybe we're a little embarrassed because we're not used to hearing things like that. Very often we'll say, oh, well, thank you. I've got a long way to go. Let me tell you why. Leave off, I've got a long way to go. What I started doing was say, thank you. First of all, someone gives you a compliment, acknowledge it. Thank you. And then I'd say, I feel great. Because I did. It was truthful and factual. All right. Let me see, is there anything else? Now, this will be my last live stream before Christmas. And of course, the other end of the year holidays, the winter holidays that are coming up for everyone. You're stronger than a sugar cookie. You're stronger than a latke. You are stronger than whatever else might be put in front of you. And guess what? It will still be the holidays, even if all the food disappeared. Think about the Who's down in Whoville after the Grinch stole everything, including their roast beast. They still came out and sang that song. And the Grinch was confused. How can they be celebrating? Without their fandangles and their grand toozers and their sampa-de-poo-ba-de-be-a-pa-pa-pa, and without their roast beast. Because the food and the presents don't make the holiday. The people do. The people do. And if you don't have people around you, you have yourself. Reach out. If your family of origin is not all that you'd hoped, make a family of choice. And choose wisely. Okay, guys. Okay, the Germans are talking back and, hey, Mona, how are you doing? There is no tortilla chips in Turkey. I have never seen one. Well, I have not eaten one since January 8th, 2014. And I ate them all the time. We would buy the giant abuelita tortilla chips from Costco. The giant, huge bags, they're as tall as I am. We'd buy 5 of them at a time. Reach out and Zoom someone. Okay, everyone, have a great end of year. I may do a live stream next weekend. I don't know, because then we'll be looking towards 2021. I have the t-shirt that says Keto in 2021. Bring it. Whew. Really. Thanks so much for allowing me to be part of your day. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day. Total not net. If it's not on page 4, link below. Don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you're satiated. Be kind to yourself. Be firm with yourself. And be honest with yourself. It's the most important thing. Okay. Thanks. Bye.